Polygamy is competition for the wives. Anyone who rejects that rejects common sense and logic. From the many wisdoms of polygamy is that it promotes healthy competition. Another woman on the picture, now she has to fight now. It's another household, it's another woman, it's a whole different cuisine. She has to make sure that her game is what? It's tight. And this is the reality. Polygamy is a system. It's not a pick and choose, a cherry pick. I take this, but I leave off that. If you have to hide it, if you have to lie and cheat to have a second wife, your first wife is totally incompatible with the system of polygamy. Asking permission to take on a second wife proves that you're a weak man. Hiding polygamy from your first wife proves that something's wrong with you as a man. Listen, sister, I love you. I give you all your rights. I give you the time. I give you the necessary love and affection. I'm taking on a second wife. I'm not doing it out of spite. I'm not doing it to hurt you. It's what Allah and His Messenger made permissible. You want to stay? Ahlan wa sahlan. You can't deal with it. It's too much for you. Ma'asalam. Is it wrong for the wife to ask potentially new wife or vice versa for full STD screening? There's nothing wrong with that. But make sure, sister, that you're asking this question because you're really, truly concerned for his health and for your health. Do not ask this question, do not make this stipulation because you're trying to make his life a living hell. And you're trying to be petty and scornful. There's no need to say polygyny because a woman can't marry more than one man. Islamically. The anatomy of her body, her mind, her heart, nothing about a woman is made to be with another man. It is not a system that's made to be apologetic. And it's not a system that's made to pat everyone on the back and kiss everyone on the hands or the forehead. It's not made to agree with everyone's taste and culture and view and opinion. And nothing in Allah's deen is like that. It is what it is. Why is it unfair? How can a man, how? It is what it is. And many women, they say it, I don't have no problem with it. It's in the Quran, but it's not for me. But. Do you submit to the legislation of Allah or not? Period. There's no other explanation needed. Do you submit to it or not? Don't we know that there was a time in which a woman will congratulate a co-wife? And she will be happy to have a co-wife. There's someone else to sew and to make the carpets. There's someone else to breastfeed children and carry children and pick up children and prepare meals. There's someone else to tend to my husband's wounds when he comes home from Jihad. To sew and to stitch up that gaping hole in his chest. There's someone else that's going to clean and scrub off the armor, the dirt and the excrement and the blood off of his armor. Oftentimes, there are people that you will overlook and you wouldn't marry, but you may marry them as a second or third wife. And there's no shame in that. There's no what? There's no shame in that. There's no shame in that. A sister, she may say, I'm not the best sister out there on the market, but I am a good team player. You have a team. You have first, what? Your starters, then you have your what? This is reality.
As far as having a second wife, then first and foremost, you're following Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's sunnah. You're reviving his sunnah. Something that he did, something that he promoted, encouraged, and allowed. Secondly is, you are feeding a woman, clothing a woman, taking care of a woman. Anyone that you feed is khair, there's ajr in it. Also the concept of you getting a second wife, perhaps that's a means of you protecting your chastity more, lowering your gaze more. So you protecting yourself and protecting another woman from zina. A woman having jealousy, having envy, a woman feeling like another woman is taking my husband away, invading on my turf, my territory. All right, she's stealing my husband, especially if a woman comes from a modern, westernized country or secular, mindset, America, UK, Canada, Australia, in which the Protestant, Anglo-Saxon, monogamous lifestyle is predominant. Many women, sisters, whether they're born Muslim, whether they reverted to Islam, or whatever the case may be, they have this understanding, unfortunately. So by you fighting your nafs and staying in the situation and living in harmony with your husband and your co-wife, there lies no doubt that's a major jihad. Then it may get even worse when a woman is younger than you, or outwardly more beautiful, or has a better body, or is more attractive, more appealing to him, etc. The woman has more sex appeal than you. This is a reality, all right? This is a reality. We have to be real when we talk about these things. This is difficult. You fighting those emotions, which are natural, they're put there. They're put there by nature, all right? You fighting them, you subduing them, you conquering your nafs, and you're making yourself smaller, to the bigger picture of Islam, of the Sharia, of your husband, what Allah allowed. There lies no doubt. That is major jihad.
How they dictate the concept of polygamy, the average Muslim is going to blindly follow their ideals and their concepts. Polygamy is good, polygamy is bad, according to what the master says. Okay, it's unfortunate. And it's well known in history that a conquered people are not only afflicted with having their bodies and their lands conquered, but also their minds. And in many, many Muslim cultures, if a man wants to get a second wife, his family members will look at him as if he made an act of kufr. And many Muslims, unfortunately, and I've seen this, and I've dealt with this situation firsthand with many people, help people out, they would prefer to make zina, and they come with every excuse in the book not to have more than one wife. And that is extreme. That's wrong. And then we have a small group of Muslims, a small number of Muslims, who say that polygamy is a part of the religion of Islam. That is the correct understanding. That polygamy is from the deen. It's a good thing to do. The starting place is, it is the sunnah of the best of creation, alayhi salatu wasalam. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah's chosen slave and messenger, he had more than one wife. His companions, who are the best of mankind, the best of any human beings ever walked the face of the earth after the Prophet, they married more than one woman. That's dirty. You can't have more than one wife. You can't have a wife of this age. You can't have a wife, so on and so forth. We dictate to you your belief system and your culture. We come to your land, conquer your land, rape, steal, murder, plunder, pillage, destroy your natural resources, put in charge corrupt people that will keep your country in years and years of debt and turmoil and suffering. And we offer you our civilized way of life. That right there is a very, very sick ideology. And if the Muslim doesn't open his eyes and wake up and pay attention, something's seriously wrong. You cannot have two wives and you are unstable. You're physically weak. You cannot please your first wife. You cannot handle the responsibilities of the first wife. You cannot get a second wife. So we say that polygamy has rules. And similarly, we say to the sisters, if a man is treating you kindly, he's giving you your rights, he's doing what he has to do according to the Kitab and the Sunnah, it is not for you to say, don't get another wife. I'll leave you if you get another wife. Give me a khula, give me a divorce. Nah. No woman of Iman is going to say that. No way. No mu'minah, believing woman, is going to go against Allah's Sharia. The problem now is when your husband is fulfilling your rights, giving you everything that you need and more, and you still say no, then there is something wrong with your Iman. We also have the concept of women being ungrateful to their husbands. As the Messenger of Allah ﷺ told the women in the hadith, he says, give charity. فَإِنِّي رَأَيْتُكُنَّ أَوْ فَإِنِّي أُرِيتُكُنَّ أَكْثَرَ عَلَى النَّارِ. He says, because I've been shown that you will be the majority of the denizens of the fire. He says, you are ungrateful to good treatment. You do not respect, you do not appreciate your husband's kind treatment of you. This is the truth. Okay, when a woman becomes angry, when she becomes upset, when a husband doesn't do something how she wants to, she says, you don't do anything for me. You never help me out. You're never there for me. So this is an unfortunate characteristic of a woman. So therefore, the concept of a woman having a man who comes home every night, every day, they're together all the time, there lies no doubt that this is a means of ungratefulness. The more you have something, and the more easy the access is to that thing, the less appreciation there is. So therefore, the concept of if a woman wishes to disrespect her husband or to censure him or whatever the case may be, there lies no doubt if he has another wife, there's another household that he's going to, there's another woman that he's caring for and he's loving and she's cooking for him and this and that, no matter how wretched the woman may be or miserable or whatever the case may be, at least she's going to think twice before she's says something to anger him or to disrespect him. When a man is coming from his second wife or going to a second wife, okay, the believing woman, there lies no doubt, she has the concept of he's going to another woman. He's coming from another woman. I need to look in the best fashion. My hair should be done. I should be dressed in the best way. I should be smelling the best way. his food, his meal should be prepared, his bath, and so on and so forth. There's no excuse. There's no I can't. Okay? So therefore, when a woman, she has another wife or two wives, and they're all competing with her, and there lies no doubt from the jealousy of a woman, and sometimes from the malice of a woman, and from the venom of a woman, or the other billah, okay, is that she's going to try to become number one. Now, you cannot do what you want to do. You cannot say what you want to say to your husband because there are other people involved.